Okay, so England didn't announce their team on Tuesday. That means the game, my starting lineup, is still running till Thursday. So let's have a go on my dummy account. And if you want to play, do have a go yourself. If you get the lineup exactly right, 1 to 15, then you win Six Nations tickets for next year. If it's the England game, you get England tickets. If you want to guess the Welsh team, you get Welsh tickets. Now, if more than one person get it right, of course, you go into a draw. But this is tricky. So I think if you get it right, you probably win outright. I'm going to have a little play here and see what I think. I'm going to try and read between the lines here from Borthwick, because why didn't they announce on Tuesday? And I'm thinking that's probably because they had some injury doubts and they couldn't quite work out who was fit. The rumours are Freddie Stewart was the one with an injury doubt. So straight away, I'm going to overread into that and say that they are going to go with Freddie Stewart once again at fullback. Didn't go the greatest in the last match against Australia, but they don't have many fullback options in their squad. They could move Freeman out of 13 potentially. They could play Marcus Smith there, but Freddie Stewart is the fullback, even though he didn't play that great. So I'm going to say they go there again, because what they're going to be doing is building towards that New Zealand game. Now, they would expect to beat Fiji, but they want to use it to build towards that game. I don't think we're going to see wholesale changes, although I do think we're going to see a rotation of the front row. Abano now in the squad as well, so he would be available to select. But they had Genge on the bench last time, they had Cowan Dickey on the bench last time, and they had Will Stewart on the bench. So I think they'll start with those guys there and then rotate the other guys on. I think that's absolutely fine and not a disruption. Now, second row wise, I'd be amazed if the captain didn't start. But this time, he might come off a bit early, I think. Not relevant for this game, but I think he might get rested if he's done 50 minutes or so. Now, who goes with him? Interesting, they've called up Tom Lockett. They didn't have to, but they dropped down Abano and Clore to probably start for the A team on Saturday. And maybe they just wanted to fill up their 36 players they were allowed, because I don't think they particularly needed a second row unless they're going to play a second row. Maybe Lockett goes on the bench and they're resting somebody, but assuming everybody is fit, I think they'll probably just go Atoje and Chesham again and maybe take one or even both of them off towards the end if they go for a 6-2 split on the bench, which they may. Now, back row. I think they were going to play Ben Earl again at 8. I think that's the one I'm pretty clear on. I don't see too many other options. You could start Henry Pollock. That's possible. 7, could they change it around? Well, Pollock, I think, is more of a ball carrier than a 7. You could play Tom Curry there, of course, but Underhill played so well last time. So I think the logic to me is Underhill starts again. And then do they start Pepper again? And he did really well against Australia. But do they want to see a start for Tom Curry? I think it would be a good opportunity. So I think they do start Tom Curry and probably have Pepper on the bench and rotate them round. So again, not too much disruption because it's essentially the same team as against Australia, just some guys on the bench getting a start. I'd be surprised if Alex Mitchell didn't start because he's the heartbeat of the side, although he may go off fairly early again. But then the big choice here, is it Marcus Smith, George Ford or Finn Smith? Now, if George Ford is going to play against New Zealand, you'd probably say he starts again. But also I've got a train of thought saying that George Ford started against Australia for continuity from the summer. They only had a few days training together and maybe they wanted to keep that playmaker in place. And I've got a sneaky feeling that Finn Smith will get a start and we will see Marcus Smith on the bench. And I think that's what Borthwick might want to try and do towards New Zealand. So that's a big call there. If you think it's Ford all the way, then he starts again. At 12, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Fraser Dingwall again. Jomo's gone to the A team, so that makes sense. And you could shoehorn someone else in like Lawrence or Slade. But Dingwall went well. Sure, he had the interception, but apart from that, he was looking pretty comfortable. So he's at 12. And then the question is, do they carry on with the Tommy Freeman experiment or experience, whatever you want to say? Do you put Freeman back to his better position of wing? But then do you really drop Roebuck, who is imperious, or get rid of Faye-Waboso, who is your danger man for beating players? I don't think so. And I'm saying that Freddie Stewart is staying at 15. So I'm saying they stay, actually, with Tommy Freeman at 13 and Ollie Lawrence either waits or he's on the bench. And then we fill out the same positions again, Faye-Waboso on the left and Tom Roebuck on the right. So that is my team predicted for that game against Fiji. If you want to play my starting lineup, do go to the website or download the app and have a go. If you get it right, let me know, because you're probably winning tickets to the Six Nations. Anyway, guys, just a little one there as England delay their team announcement, and I'll catch you next time.